Hello, everybody. Hey, Kathy Oliveira here, your National Sales Director. And when I first became a National Sales Director some years ago, my dream was to have the highest percentage of pink Cadillac drivers of any other national area. And that dream hasn't died. So I present to you today the Olive National Area Standards of Excellence for every single director in our area, and that is 30 interviews a month. I know with 30 interviews a month, you will all earn your Cadillac. I know you will. And imagine the production that will come from that. 17,000 a month in and month out. And your checks will be about 6,000 and up when you have a Cadillac. How would you like that? Financial security. You deserve it. You and your family, you have worked hard for this level of excellence and being a sales director and soon to be national sales director, some of you. So it will take you 12 months of consistently doing 30 interviews a month in and month out, until you reach that place where you will be doing an average of 17,000 in production. Do you follow me? 12 months of consistently doing 30 interviews a month, and I'll talk about what a real interview is and how to get them, and there's a few other little things that play along with this that are very important. But the main thing is you want to do the 30 interviews, and once a year passes and you have accomplished this task, you will be earning at least $6,000 a month and be driving a Cadillac. And when you continue to do those 30, you won't have any trouble maintaining that Cadillac. All right. Now, these predictions are based on my personal experience and my observation over the years of other directors who have done the same thing, and they have earned and very nicely and easily maintained their Cadillacs. Okay, but there are a few contingencies to this, okay? Number one, you must hire help at least 20 hours a week. Now, some of this can be virtual help, but you need to have everything done for you except for the people stuff, all right? That's number one. Number two, you need to have a recruiting average of 1 in 4. If you don't, talk to me about it. It's just a skill thing, or it could be a mindset shift that needs to happen. Whatever it is, talk with me about it. We can fix it, all right? Number 3, you need to promote the perfect start and the power start with your new people. There's no sense people coming into Mary Kay without making money, all right? That's very important. So promote those power starts and perfect starts. Number 4, having a weekly meeting and a weekly new consultant training. That's imperative. Number 5, having a first new consultant order of between $700 and $1,000 on average. I can give you those averages. And if your average is lower than that, it's a skill level issue, or it could be a mindset issue. And whatever it is, it can be fixed, and you need to talk with me about it. All right? Because I'm happy to work with you, and we can tweak a few things and get you to that place. Number 6, you need to maintain good mental health and good physical health, and that comes from self-care, mentally and physically. That's important and essential to driving that Cadillac. Number 8, you need to create excitement behind the Star Consultant program. It needs to be spoken about at every single unit meeting and whenever you get a chance on the telephone with your people or through texting or what have you. You need to watch carefully those people that are close to encourage them. And you need to have a quarterly star event that will excite those that love to be at events. They have FOMO, fear of missing out. You'll catch all of them because the company offers the prizes and you offer the recognition. And then, of course, those that just love to belong and be a part of a special little group, going to the ballpark or going swimming together or whatever it might be, going to tea, something fun like that, you get them all. All right. Number 9. Do you have an exciting unit goal that you have told everybody about? This is essential in order to generate enthusiasm and excitement within your team. You're really not a leader if you're not taking your people somewhere. Think about it. So you need to have that exciting goal. Number 10, you need to genuinely care about your people and their success, even above your own. They can tell if you really care about them. And remember the saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That is such a secret to leadership. Love is the secret to success in all ventures. You know, I say that all the time. And certainly in leadership, extremely important that you love your people. 11, be a good leader and have integrity, and also set an example for your people. For instance, if you tell them to go to events and to never miss an event, you need to follow through with that, and that's something that you should tell them. If you say you should be a star, you need to be a star too. If you say you're going to give them a prize on a certain day, you better deliver. If you say you're going to call them back or whatever, you just need to be in total integrity as a leader. All right. And so having said those 10 contingencies, I believe that if you will do 30 interviews a month, month in and month out for 12 months, you will start to earn your Cadillac. And 6 months later, after doing the average of 17,000 and continuing with your 30 interviews, you will have your pink Cadillac in a year and a half. All right. Who do we interview? Because this can sabotage your success if you are choosing to interview or share the career opportunity with a lot of people that don't possess these great qualities. This is kind of what we look for, all right? Those who have initiative. So this can be easily seen if they have a job, they probably have initiative. Or if they have had a job before, they have initiative. How about number 2, those who have achieved a lot in their life? And when you ask them the question, what are you most proud of, in your life? And they just can't even choose which achievement. Oh my goodness, you've got a great one right there on your hands. Number 3, those who care about their appearance and have tried Mary Kay products and they like them. That would be an essential, not essential, there are exceptions. There are exceptions to each of the things I'm mentioning, by the way. And in the Olive National area, we never want to prejudge. We will share with each and every person. But again, as I go through this list, and there's a few more attributes I'd like to touch on of people that would be great. There are so many exceptions. So I'm not saying this list to not share with those that maybe don't have these attributes or don't have a lot of them. All I'm saying is if you continually share with people that don't possess these attributes, the formula of 30 interviews for a year may not work out for you. Okay, so let's continue on our list, shall we? Okay, where were we? Number 4. Those who have successfully hosted a Mary Kay party for you, and then of course you've booked more parties from that party, I'll tell you, they will be some fine recruits. So those are people you definitely want to focus on. All right, number 5, those with integrity and are responsible. They respond to your communication. They arrived at their appointment on time and kept their appointment. And they have good credit because they have integrity and they're responsible. So likely they paid you with a credit card because the banks trust them. Does that make sense? That's a great attribute too, being responsible and having integrity. And number 6, the last one, is those that are positive. Did you feel good in her presence, or did you feel that was a little bit of a cloud over her and it kind of rained on you too? Okay, so again, there are exceptions to those attributes that I just mentioned, but those are the type of people we really want to focus on for our shares. Okay, where do you get shares? Well, if you're sitting there with a unit that is not giving you any shares because you don't have any new people and you don't have very many people that want anything, it would be all 100% coming from you. And if you are doing enough parties and facials, you still should be able to do 30 interviews in a month. I know you can. All right. So that would come, like I said, from your facials and from your parties. Okay. Number 2, from new consultants. As soon as they're new, you start in with the Pearls of Sharing leadership training program with them. This is an opportunity for them to learn how to share the Mary Kay opportunity with others. And new consultants will do what you tell them to do. Tell them to do the Pearls of Sharing. Tell them how to do it, follow up, and do those interviews, okay, with them listening on a 3-way call or meeting all 3 of you for coffee or on a 3-way Zoom. Number 3, you'll share with people, consultants who are excited about being a part of Pacesetters and meeting the requirements, or for a unit challenge that you're throwing. Here's a couple of examples. Well, we have the Love Warrior Pacesetter program challenge this month. And in order to be a Pacesetter, they need 1 new team member. Therefore, I hope you know who is in the Pacesetters, and I hope that you are calling them, because if you're not, you're missing out on a great opportunity not only to help them, but to also help you to get some more interviews. Your goal being 30 interviews a month. Another example would be a promotion that you could run, that if they do 5 interviews with you, maybe they've already earned the Pearls of Sharing. If they do 5 with you, they get a gorgeous ring. I've done that many times with great success. Even if there's only 3 people that get excited about that ring, that's 15 interviews. Are you following me? So that's another great way to get interviews. The last way would be from consultants who want to move up. You guys, we were commissioned by Mary Kay to pass it on, to build other people to that position of directorship. And if we're not doing that, we're not doing our job. Or middle management, which would be Red Jacket, or team leader. Our job is to help people move up. And I've seen some directors in other national areas just make their units huge, and nobody is benefiting from that. No one is having, they're not splitting off. She's not multiplying herself. And that's not what Mary Kay wanted. All right. So, of course, the people that want to move up, that's very easy. You work with them and they will give you interviews very gladly. Okay, how to share? Well, you share in person. Over coffee, I find, is best. That way you're not eating in front of them. And I always like to be generous and pay for the coffee. If it's a personal interview, I always pay. If it's one of my unit members, it kind of just depends. If she gets there early with me, then I'll pay because it's just the right thing to do. And if she gets there late, if the recruiter gets there earlier, a lot of times the recruiter will pay for coffee. And I always want to sit kitty corner to her, not facing her with the table between us, but kitty corner. Just a minor thing, but over the phone. And I always do 3-way phone calls because the point of any interview is not just to share the opportunity with that one person, but to also train the person in your unit, right, on how to share the opportunity. Number 3, using Zoom. Oh my goodness, Zoom is so great. It's like a video chat room that's easy to use. Just go to zoom.us, get yourself an account. I would go pro. I think it's $14 a month. It is so worth it, not only for interviews, but for training. But that way I can see the person, I can watch her body language, and I can do a better interview than one I can do over the phone. But don't discount and be afraid of that phone. I always say it's the truth. The year that our unit did the million, I did every single interview, 60 a month plus, on the telephone, and it worked out just fine. With Facebook Live, you can do a live chat, like create a group, and then once a month or once a week, do a little peek into pink, and your consultants invite people to join, and they listen to you share the opportunity. The thing with this is you as a director must be ready to follow up with every single person immediately that night, if you can, to see what she thought of it and what questions she had and would she like to go ahead and do it. All right. And you'll want to create some sort of Google form that can be on that little chat group in Facebook Live so that they can fill it out, so that you'll have their contact information. And you would just explain during your live presentation that that is how your consultant gets credit. Number 5, you would share the opportunity at meetings. Every single meeting that you hold, guess what? It's a guest event. It's not only a time for you to train and recognize your people, it is a time to sell the product and to promote the product and to share the opportunity. Oh my goodness. Now, you may not recruit everybody right then, but I bet you'll recruit almost every single person that gets in your space, because remember, one of the requirements to be a Cadillac director and to maintain that easily is that positive atmosphere. And so when your guests come to that meeting, oh my goodness, they're pretty much all going to sign up, or they will with follow-up. And so just like the Facebook Live, you have to follow up. Having a sign-up sheet is a great idea at the meeting, so that easily the next day you can call everybody. Very, 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 very important. Okay. Number 5, follow up. Number 6, at events. That's kind of a no-brainer. Events are usually guest events. But I guess the thing with events is you want to do follow-up. You might wonder, why do I have a check-in sheet at guest events? Why have I always had a check-in sheet? Because I need to follow up. What's the use of doing an event when you don't get to get a decision from half of the people, and they walk away and they're interested, every single one? Again, that positive vibe that goes with you everywhere as a Cadillac director is going to be contagious to your people. And when that guest comes into your environment, into your space with you and your people, they will have never experienced the kind of positivity and camaraderie and team spirit as they're going to do right there with you. So want to follow up. And finally, through pop-in parties, okay? Pop-in parties are where you pop in to a party. Let's say there's a consultant who does a great job at the party, but she gets kind of busy at the end, and she's getting everybody's order and doing the close, the 3-part individual close, which, by the way, as a side note, every single one of your consultants that want to make money need to learn. But anyway, that's a side note. But anyway, but while she's doing that, you can pop in, or even at the beginning of the pop, you can just pop in anytime and just come with a cute basket. I many times will come with this fur cape and pretend I'm Red Riding Hood and just silly things like that. And Prize Patrol, I sometimes call myself the Prize Patrol, and I bring prizes. And we do a raffle, we do questions and that kind of thing. So I take very quick, about 10 minutes at the most, but I get to follow up right away with those people. That is so important. What do they say? The gold is in the follow-up. All right. So back to what this whole thing is about. It's about all of us driving for free, making no copays on our pink Cadillac by doing 30 interviews a month in and month out. I've taught you the contingencies on making that formula work. I have also mentioned the population of people that we should pinpoint. I have talked about where to get your shares and how to get your shares. So all you need to do is get busy and do it. Are you with me? Can we make it happen? Of course we can.